So I thought my husband ripped these zucchini plants fully up. Turns out he did not. The vine borers are getting the most of it, but I think I'm gonna leave it because there's still some flowers. We'll see if we get any more fruit. There's also a little zucchini here growing. There's a bunch of weeds around it. That's a potato there. Let's see if we can clear. It's mostly grass actually, but see if I can clear some of this out of the way. Ah, I just ripped. You guys, I just ripped out the zucchini plant. Fail. Another reason to keep your plants nice and weeded when the weeds are not too big. Let's see if I can just reroot this. So I'm gonna rip all this grass away. Can't believe I just ripped that up. Okay, I'm gonna take this plant. Some of it looks sickly, but I'm just gonna dig a hole here and plop it in there, cover it up, train it up a little, see if it will root in there, because they'll root along the little like plant. It will continue to root, so we'll see if that does anything. Here's another experiment, guys. I have lots of weeding I need to come in and do. Getting to the point of the garden where I hear everyone talk about it's just pretty overwhelming, and I have little kids, I have a newborn, and so kind of just letting the garden get a little crazy and not stressing about like these weeds. Like I need to plant this bed, and you know, in an organic garden I've heard you're gonna have things that are dying. I'm learning, you know, about pests like this here and experimenting like with this cucumber plant to see how much fruit comes out of it when it's starting to get all dead like this. Taking my time with harvesting the onions because I don't want a bunch of onions inside at the same time. I can cure them, which I have been doing that, but I still have a bunch. The Kajari melons seem to be doing really good. I need to continue to train these up. Typically they just need a little bit of guidance, and they do pretty good. I just gotta keep training them up, and they'll continue to grow up your trellis, which is fun and pretty. And like these, I'm letting these beans kind of go because I want to harvest the beans inside them. I'm accepting that there's gonna be weeds and I don't have to tackle it all right now. I'm accepting that the borders don't look how I want them to, and that's okay. I'm honestly thinking like what to do next. I don't want to plant too much to where I'm too overwhelmed. I also don't want to plant too little to where I'm not getting a good harvest. And so I'm just kind of trying to figure out what that looks like for me. Wow, guys. Can y'all see all these little bugs? What are these, you guys? Don't know what that is. Hopefully if they're bad, the insecticidal soap kills them. Maybe they're good. We'll see what happens. Training more of this up. Oh, sorry, little bee. Okay, it went somewhere else. We're good. Okay. Let's see if this cucumber does well. These lettuce seeds, I let go to seed back there, but I don't know. The seeds are so tiny on lettuce seeds that I'm learning it's kind of not an easy harvest, so I might end up just pulling those out and just buying lettuce seeds. I don't know. We'll see. These things I'm just waiting to harvest because we still have a bunch inside. This calendula we are ripping up. It is done with. Shake out the dirt, put it in the bucket to go either in the compost or the fire. It got sickly, so I'm gonna put it, like weeds and plants that are sickly, I put in the fire. Stuff that's not goes in the compost. So that's gonna all go in the fire actually. I need to come through and do some good pruning because you want to prune like the bottom parts of your plants and humid areas, which we have a very humid climate here, and you want to prune them so that less pest pressure and less like bacterial or fungal disease from all the humidity. So I need to come through again and do a good lower cleanup on all these plants. I've done a lot with the tomatoes here and see the bottom areas. And they say you want to do like 1 foot to 2 feet on tomatoes. I've done all right with those peppers there. So we will see. But I'm just taking my time. Like I'm just doing one thing at a time. I'm picking up the stuff I need to pick up. I know I need to pick up some stuff at the other end, which my pathway is getting a little tiny. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead, wheel this a little closer. Oh, I wanted to show you guys these little bugs that I'm not exactly sure. They look like ladybugs, but they're different. Look at those. If you know what those are, tell me. They've been on my brassica plants. It's about to pour. I'm really just trying to come through and get the stuff that I can bring the cart right through where I just walked actually. There's that guy. Over some. Let him trail back there a little more. All right. And see, I like to prune my walkways too so I can get through, but cart's just gonna have to brush it. I need to move a little faster now because the rain is coming, whether I want it to or not. All right, see, we pruned all this stuff up. And although it's not, most of it isn't sickly, I know that a lot of it is weeds, and I know a lot of it is tomatoes. And tomatoes get really sickly. Get my other stuff here so I don't lose it. And so I'm gonna put all this in the fire. And I wanna do all this before it rains because it's just gonna, aid with all the bacteria growth. And I don't want that to happen in the gardens. We already struggle with that sort of pressure of bacterial and fungal disease. So if you're wondering how to make a natural insecticidal soap, it's pretty easy. For this liter bottle, I will put about a tablespoon of the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, here, and with water, and that's it, because this already has essential oils in it. If it didn't, then you would add some essential oils. This has some citrus essential oils. Any citrus or peppermint or herby like oregano, lavender, those sorts of things, bugs do not like. So I also make it in a bigger batch too and store it so it's easier. And that's your natural insecticidal soap. But I am going to insecticidal soap the garden now. And this is just a hand pump. I honestly, for the size of my garden, this is 1 liter. I don't like this. I like at least a gallon sprayer. But I just got it for starting off. It was pretty cheap. I just got it on Amazon. And you just pump this hand pump and it sprays out and helps with keeping the bugs away. So it's about to rain again. So I'm just going to do some of this insecticidal soap because it has, some oils in it from the Castile soap. And so it will last a little bit throughout the rainstorm. I didn't really give them a border at all, besides just like random stuff so that the dogs wouldn't get on them. But really, just like, you can barely see it, but it's this little fencing. Oh, and I just tripped on it. And we have some other little tiny ones that didn't really do anything. We'll see if they do anything at all. But we're just growing them. The grass is kind of right up on them, so maybe if the grass wasn't on them, they would grow better, or more of them would have been success, because there's supposed to be a whole row. All of the sunflowers, excuse my voice, it's early and I'm tired. All the sunflowers are getting droopy now. Not really seeing seeds. I don't think this variety has seeds. I think that's what it is. They're all looking sad. I think they're just starting to die. Didn't have them really for that long. I don't know. It's my first time growing sunflowers. I think that I needed to give them a better border.